This channel is made possible by viewers like you. My viewers, subscribers, and patrons greatly help to keep this channel going. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to what I'm working on, previews of upcoming content, and even early videos, along with other tier options for those that are interested. Thank you, and now on to the video. I am a huge proponent of the indie area of gaming. This is easily the best place to look, especially if you are tired of what is provided within the AAA space. Now sure, there is a lot of shovelware here that takes up a bunch of the space, but excluding that stuff, there is so much to see, find, and especially enjoy. Some of my favorite games of the last several years have come from this space. In many cases, you might find something that is going for an older style, but in a new way, or making a spiritual successor to titles that you want, but many of the companies that hold those properties have no interest in doing anything with them. In many cases, these indie developers are fans of the games that they are inspired by, and this is something that is especially felt with the good to great titles. You see that it is this perfect combination of having someone who is a fan, but also has the talent to actually deliver on all of those concepts. This space really is something special, and it is something that continually surprises me with what I'm able to find. For example, if you told me if we were going to have this boom for the last several years with all these boomer shooters, I may have doubted you then, but now look at it now, we're flooded with so many greats, and there's still more stuff that us players want, more genres to be pursued, more titles that harken back to the good old days, or act as spiritual successors to those greats. I came across one such title that is easily turning into one of my favorite games of 2024. Songs of Conquest is exactly the type of top-shelf indie that I look for. If you are a fan of Heroes and Might and Magic, and have been wanting something new within this space, then you owe it to yourself to play this game. Songs of Conquest teleported me back to a time from my childhood. I found as I was trying to play this game, I was flooded with memories from my youth that I had not thought about in a long time. Many of them from enjoying Heroes of Might and Magic and playing a lot of hot seat matches. I played a lot of Heroes too, and I was never very good at it, yet it was always something that always managed to draw me back in. The high fantasy look and world, the distinct and interesting factions, the intense combat, exploration, and overall urgency of the situations and matches. It was a bit more of a slower burn, but it had this constant layer of tension that would build and build with some explosive battles and encounters. I would remember spending most of a summer day glued to a game of Heroes, my parents yelling at me to go outside or do something else, and I would keep saying, oh, just one more turn. That just one more turn kind of thing is very much when you know a game has its hooks in you. You know you need to go to bed, do some chores, or even eat, yet all you want to do is keep playing this piece of entertainment. These are just some of the things that came back to me when I think back to my childhood playing Heroes. And like with gaming nowadays, I find myself going back to older titles, either for the channel or just for my own entertainment. And this is one that I had not seen done within this space. Now maybe there are other games that have done what Songs of Conquest has done, and if that's the case, I want to know about those games as well. But one thing is certain, that Songs of Conquest knows what it is. Feels like it was perfectly crafted to bring me back to the past in the best possible way. Songs of Conquest doesn't just play like Heroes of Might and Magic, it very much is Heroes of Might and Magic. I especially like how it goes for this colorful yet retro-like look to the game, that the game looks like something older, from the past, like a vintage piece of art, and yet so refreshing to see, especially with a modern setting. The look, the design, the music, and honestly how the game feels makes me think, yes, this is indeed Heroes through and through. If games had a smell to them, this title would definitely smell like Heroes as well. I am solely playing Songs of Conquest, playing it whenever I can, and each time I get a chance to sit down and enjoy this title, I'm immediately pulled right in, and at the same time hit with all of those nostalgic feelings I was talking about before. This isn't just a game that is banking on your love of the past, but rather these developers respect it and provide you with something both new and familiar. This is like having a favorite restaurant from when you were a kid, It's closed now, but a new similar restaurant opens up as you're an adult. It features much of what you liked about it from before, but now with a new twist too. For those of you who have never played Heroes of Might and Magic, the game is a turn-based strategy game with RPG elements, resource gathering, base building, and yes, battles. This mixture means that you're going to have to keep track of many elements as you're in a level or a match. You have your hero, or wielder as they are known with this game. It is here where you'll go out on horseback, claiming different buildings and various mines in your name. These will provide you with resources every turn. You can then use these to build up your settlement or castle, while also recruiting many different soldiers too. Oftentimes you need to battle enemies and monsters guarding these useful resource areas, and items to boost up your forces to defeat other teams. There's a lot more going into it, but this is the general gist of it. Something I want to point out as well is that I love how the campaign levels end with a song. These are really good short and sweet tunes, and a great way to insert the player into the world, while also conveying and propelling the narrative forward.
To crush rebellions and push back another upstart, Lady Hammond claimed her settlements. Settling, we begin.
I do want to share some of the magic that this game provides as well. Like I said, you need to consider a lot to succeed at these types of games. In many cases, you are not just thinking about the current turn, but you're also thinking about the next few turns as well. The same goes for the combat. Should you move the soldier there, or maybe hold them back to let the enemy engage first? Should I have my crossbowman fire now, or wait because I know that it takes an additional round to reload? What magic spells should I use, or do I wait to gain more energy to unleash something more hard-hitting later? But will it be too late? I am currently playing the very first campaign, where you follow a redhead on her road to victory. And like I said, I'm not very good at these games, but my love for them is very high. I am currently playing on easy, and while I found the first two missions to be more on the easier side of normal, I felt that mission 3 is where the gloves come off. It felt a bit more like do or die. I was gathering resources and capturing some settlements, attempting to build up my forces, and then after several turns, you start getting attacked by other heroes. They start hunting you down. And this is where you start to feel really vulnerable, because now you have an active attacker going after you. You start to question, are you really ready for this fight? Because if you run, the attacker will take everything you've built up to this point. For a video game, this all feels very personal within the moment. At this point in the level, my one hero who I needed to keep alive was not fully armed with the soldiers that I needed, because I was attacking and capturing other areas, and my other hero had some additional fighters, but was more of a scout hero. I was able to get them to meet and combine forces, so I had the best shot at defeating this enemy. I was able to do just that, and I thought the threat was over, but then another attacker showed up, and then sometime after that, there was another. I defeated each one and found one of their bases within the level, and ended up defeating that and the final attacker. This was very, very intense and extremely satisfying to win. I do a mixture of both modern and retro games on my channel, and I love when a new game comes along and manages to fit right in the middle. Songs of Conquest is a game that has already left an impact on me. I haven't even explored everything that it has to offer. The game is being received well by players, and it seems like many Heroes of Might and Magic fans are happy with it, but it is a title that I'm beginning to think very much deserves more attention than it has gotten. The quality is very high, and again, this is a top shelf type of a game. I really appreciate the work that these developers have put into this game, and it is one that I'm very much just taking my time with, and enjoying every minute of it. This is easily one of my favorites so far of 2024. Did you play Heroes when you were a kid? Have you tried Songs of Conquest? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in being notified of new videos, please hit the subscribe button and bell. And if you would like to support the channel and get early access to content, please check out my Patreon. All of the links will be at the end of this video and within the description. And thank you very much for watching.